JD here, and as you can see, we are not on F1 23 here today because many of you guys have suggested that I try the Super Formula on iRacing, and used to do quite a few iRacing videos in the past. Haven't been on it recently because obviously the new release of F1 23, but many of you have said that you need to try this car, and oh boy, I am very glad I did, because this is probably the most difficult single-seater car that I have ever driven in sim racing. And yeah, this car, I would describe it as a combination of the F3 and the F4 car, but you can see there the throttle is very, very snappy indeed. So if you do like this iRacing content, you'd like me to make actually more, then please like the video, comment down below, and that will let me know that you actually are enjoying it. This is actually at the Fuji Speedway, because the tracks do change on a week-to-week basis. So I think F1 raced here back in 2008, if I'm not mistaken, but you can see there, yeah, the throttle is just absolutely crazy in this car, but it makes it very enjoyable because under the brakes it really isn't too bad. You can really slide the car down quite a bit, but it does punish you if you are not even heavy-footed, but if you're just not sensitive on the throttle, carrying a bit too much minimum speed, which I think we're about to see come through here. Too much minimum speed, and the car will spit you out very, very quickly. So just getting up to speed here, really just seeing how much faster I can go. So right now I hadn't even done a full lap as of yet, because I don't think I've ever driven this track. I think I do know the layout quite well from memory when I was watching F1. I had a little look before this, but yeah, I was still really very much getting my bearings around here. And like the F4, the F3 car, the faster you go, the more downforce you generate. So you really do need to commit with the minimum speed for a lot of these corners. But in the low speed corners, that's where the car really does want to spit you out and punish you. And you can see by my face, it's the intense concentration. Using a direct drive wheel, you are going to have the time of your life when you're playing iRacing. I still say that iRacing, I think overall, is probably the best racing game right now in terms of its online, just how it's actually set up. Obviously, the force feedback, the detailing you can get through the wheel, and the better wheel you have, the more force feedback you will get. But you can see again, even if you just carry just a fraction too much minimum speed, it really is going to punish you. So as the laps went on, we are starting to get a little bit more accustomed to a lap. It's definitely through this last sector, where the slow speed sector, this is where it is definitely the most tricky. You can see my face, the absolute intensity of the concentration going through here, but we managed to just about get through this. So go for this left-hander. Do we make it this time? Yes, we do, just about. So playing it very, very cautious here. Don't want to be using 100% of the brakes, but you can see just running out wide, and the penalty system on iRacing is very, very strict. We actually get a black flag. If that was an F1, you probably would have got away with that. So we kept on going just to try and get used to the track more. So I always recommend you jump in a practice session before you sign up for a race, because when you sign up to a race, you will be, well, your I rating and your safety rating will be getting affected. So always try and get up to speed in the practice and just compare yourself against some other competition, see if you can get on the pace, but just keep it consistent and steady. And I think this is actually going to be my first full lap I've done, so that is a so we just crossed the line, a 127.07. So going down this absolutely huge straight. Let's take a little bit of a tour of the lap. So just before the curb starts, going down to third gear, didn't really hit that apex well, so we're still learning the track at this moment in time. But you can see we are 2 tenths up, so really slowing the car down here. But you will be seeing a bit later on of how fast you can actually take that corner. And I think I would love to see F1 come here. Let me know what you think, because this track really does flow very well. It's a very fast circuit, especially sector 1, sector 2. Didn't use all the track here, so completely flat out. Go through here as you now go quite a big elevation change going down the hill. As you go past the Dunlop sign, that's where you want to be braking, using all the track on the entry. Don't want to be using too much of that curb. A little bit of that orange curb will spit you out. But this is a section where it feels like you're driving a rally car. The traction, there isn't really much traction in this car. It is so hard to control. I really do encourage you, if you do have a good PC, or you don't even need a decent PC, if you have a PC and a wheel that can play on it, I do suggest you download iRacing, because I think you will not be disappointed. You will need to get up to B class to race in this, but you can still buy the car and actually practice it offline. And you can see, come across the line, 9 hundredths, 1 second exactly. So 126.0 second, or minute lap time if I can speak properly. So exactly 1 second improvement. But you can see now we are starting to ramp it up. So that was 8 tenths improvement. So now to 125.2. You can see about 2 tenths up. Going through this last sector. Just about making a way through here. But before I say that, losing the car very, very quickly. And I think we still continue. You can see 3/4 of a second up here, trying to get a good exit. About 7 tenths up, so that's going to put us down into the 24. So on iRacing, you can just gain so much time if you start making those small tweaks. And that was a 124.4. But this was actually the fastest lap that I did manage to do. And you can see currently we're sitting on a 123. So just half an hour ago, I was doing 127s. Now we're going 4 seconds a lap quicker. And this is actually with the fixed setup, so no changes whatsoever. So let's take a lap that is going to be going much quicker than I did at the start of this video. So just before this curb starts, really want to hook yourself into the apex, use all of this track on the exit, and we get a very good exit indeed coming off that tail one. So remember how I slowed it down going through here? Now this time, you can carry so much more speed through there. Absolutely crazy. It's almost flat for this first part. Then you really want to stay over to here, get back to the curb before the left, and then we'll be using all of this track on the exit. So really open up that steering wheel, get down on the throttle, completely flat through here. And now we're going down this hill, looking at that Dunlop sign again. So as we go past it, that's what you want to be braking. Avoid the orange part of this curb. Stay nice and tight to this left. Don't go with this curb too much. So really try and maximize the width of the track going through into here. And through here, the car is pretty much just dancing. It's wanting to slide all the time. Really use the track on this right-hand side and try and open up your steering wheel as soon as you can. About half a second up here. So again, maximizing the track. We could have used a lot more of that actually. In fact, trying to get a good exit coming for this start-finish straight. And you can see we're about 6 tenths of a second up. Still with plenty of time to find. And coming across the line, what is this going to be? As we are just about to do it now. If you look on the steering wheel, it's actually going to be a 122.49. But as we move on, you can see we're almost exactly level of our time. So we're improving ever so slightly. But again, coming through into here, if you get on that curb and on the power, it is just going to spit you out straight away. But we actually then decided to jump in a race. I intentionally didn't qualify because I want to start at the back, and this is something I do recommend for you if you're playing iRacing for the first time. Don't worry about the qualifying. Start at the back, just get yourself used to it. So we're not going to be taking any risks here, just getting through this tail one, because if you're new to iRacing, people do go a little bit crazy in tail one because the tires are super cold, and you're bound to see as we go through this tail one the absolute chaos that unfolds. So it's really important just to try and keep it clean. Don't really worry about the results at the beginning of your starting your iRacing journey. Just get your safety rating up, because that's what enables you to actually progress through the licenses. Because I've actually seen people with an iRating of 5, 6, 7k and not even have a C-class license because they are simply just crashing all the time. So just trying to avoid this little minefield here as we go on this curb, almost losing the car, go through this right-hander. But now we have made quite a few positions just by being very patient. But again, coming through to chicane, looks like there's a little bit more chaos. So we're going to go around the outside of this car, make a little bit of contact. But yeah, that's not really going to affect our safety rating. So if it says 0 times 17, that doesn't affect your safety rating at all. So we've got yellow flags. So it's like another is up ahead. The guy on the left-hand side has gone off here. So coming through here, I think we are up into the top 10. I mean, we started about 19th on the grid, so making up about 9 positions on this first lap. I think my engineer is about to tell me where we are. I think we are in P10. So we're just going to take it nice and easy here, not doing anything too drastic whatsoever. You can see the effect of the slipstream, how much time you gain in a straight line. So just getting out of that dirty air into turn 1. And we've got, how many laps of this race? I think we've got 26 laps of this race. So it's going to be a pretty long one going through this circuit. A very physical drive as well. And we're just going to really take our time, just building up the speed, get the tyres in check first. So you can see just the intensity of the focus is definitely on a bit of a different level compared to what I'm paying on. Because for me, I'm still learning how to be actually at a really good level in this game. And I think after playing this, I think I'll definitely want to be diving into this a little bit more often. So coming through the jammed up sign, looks like there's a bit of smoke. Someone's locked up again, almost running into the back of this yellow car, of this white car here. And then we're going to go around the outside of him here, which we do pretty nicely. But then coming through here, we managed to get the move done. But on the exit, we run on this curb. And if you accelerate this car on the curb, this is what happens. And yeah, I think that was probably my fault. I probably shouldn't have moved there. Didn't know where anyone was. And yet, this is a simulation. And when you get damage, it's not like F1. You can just shake it off. When you get damage, that is it. And you can see, yeah, the despair in the webcam. But we did try another race. And yeah, you will see this is pretty much a typical start in iRacing. So again, didn't actually qualify. A lot of people didn't qualify, so I'm just trying to be cautious here. I'm not really going to be doing anything on this first lap, but I don't know if it's my fault. Please let me know if you think it is. But going through into here, we just get rammed into the back by these two guys behind me. I did slow down a little bit, but if you look at the car ahead of me, I wasn't really going that much slower than him, and you can see my steering has well and truly gone at this point. But honestly, this car, I think it's one of the hardest cars that I have ever driven. The throttle and the traction is just nothing I have ever experienced. It is like driving on ice at times, and you need to be carrying enough speed to warm up the tyres, generate that downforce. Here's another little look at that instant at the start. Please like the video if you did enjoy it, and I'll be catching you very, very soon. Peace.